When we started this project, we were working on a $5 million Department of Energy RPE grant to be able to make paintable heat reflective window coatings specifically for single pane windows that were going to reject heat from coming in. And therefore, if your home's not heating up, you use less air conditioning and drop the amount of energy needed. So we were really excited about that concept. However, from both a technical and a business aspect, we were worried that that might not be able to happen. One, from a technical perspective, is it's a really difficult challenge. There's not too many technologies out there where you're painting a window, let alone making a high performance coating that's painting a window. And then from a cost perspective, it's just the scales that you want to be able to go to. We're talking millions of square feet. We're hesitant on if this was possible. I think the question that we got in R2M and that we had internally was like, is this really a beachhead market? Is like going to the Windows market? There's a lot of reasons why that's not possible. And I think the internal conflict that we had, we being my co-founder and I, is that we are addressing a really difficult market that seemed a little academic. And what R2M pushed us to do was to think about do we actually need to do what a grant's paying us to do? And that there is a lot of like internal conflict there. We pivoted to trying to use this heat reflective technology on roof coatings. So we went from the hardest application to arguably the next hardest application we could think about, which again, kind of going backwards, and doing heat rejection on roofs. But again, problem is the costs have to be so low, the volumes have to be massive, and then you're also worrying about performance, both from a heat rejection standpoint and then a durability standpoint. So then we ended up looking at the next hardest application, which was looking at automotive. And now we're not doing heat rejection, but using our same technology platform for high performance, like colorants, essentially. And we kind of went down the curve of going from the hardest problems to more easier problems. And one of our mentors said, like, you don't always need to start with like what people need, like a high performance coating. You want what people like want. You want to go like novelty first, where you can charge a premium, and you don't have to do as high volumes, and you can do a much higher price to start out with. So you're looking at like high performance colorants for stuff like cosmetics, something that seems kind of silly, starting from Windows, but it's a great opening to start with. We're looking at consumer electronics, et cetera, where we can get traction, we can get our product out there, get some feedback. And while we're doing that, we can still bring ourselves down the cost curve and up the amount that we can manufacture to be able to get to those other markets that we're excited about. I love what I do. It's really cool. I'm extremely fortunate to be able to have my own company. I've learned how to do business development, so I know how to like elucidate a market now. I know exactly like if I think my product can go into it. I know like how to go about asking people if it actually makes sense. What are the right titles to talk to? Like what kind of questions I need to ask? What kind of presentation format? Like what that rules of engagement are. So that's cool. I know legal stuff to a degree now, so I know how to read a bunch of documents. I understand kind of what those terms look like. I know marketing generally. I know how to do all the things in sales, management. I do finances. I mean, it's a pretty cool skill set to be able to have. So, but I mean, I don't know if that necessarily encompasses R to M, but it's on the pathway there.